Alrighty guys, welcome back to the Hardcore series. This is episode 10. And in this episode, I spent a lot of time trying to design and lay out the industrial zone of our world. And that is why it is a bit late this week. But, as you can see here, I started out by flattening this area, filling it in with dirt to make sure there's no spawning areas for the iron golems, as we're going to put an iron golem farm in this area. And once I'd covered the top layer and built a retaining wall next to the river, I went down under and covered up all the caves, just to ensure there's absolutely nowhere that the iron golems can spawn except for where we want them to. I then went soaring through some rivers to try and get some clay, because the factories that we're going to build for the industrial zone use a lot of bricks. And after about half an hour of doing this, I realized this would take a very long time. So I stopped it there and smelted what I had into bricks, and then went on to the nether. And in the nether, I took out a bunch of wither skeletons to get the skulls. And once I had 3 skulls, I went back to the overworld to take out the wither so we can get a beacon. And I just put the wither, or spawned the wither under the bedrock by the end portal so that he doesn't escape, and that's an easy kill. And after the beacon was complete, I headed over to the end because I realized that I was out of shulker boxes, or running low at least, and I needed a few more for the builds that I was going to do next. So I went into the end cities and took out a bunch of shulkers. Got about 2 stacks of shulker shells, I think, which made me a stack of shulker boxes, and that satisfied my needs for now. So I headed back to the overworld. Back in the overworld, I adapted my clay collecting style and decided to go into lush caves instead, as there are a much larger pockets of clay down there, and it'll make it a lot faster to collect all the clay that I need. I think the total of clay that I needed was 11 shulker boxes of clay balls to get all the bricks that I would need for these builds. And that's what I did. Spent a bunch of time down there collecting all the clay balls I would need, and then headed back to my base, built a few more furnace arrays, and smelted it all up. Back at base, I came across some unfriendly visitors in the form of the 4 horsemen, and I swiftly took out the skeletons on the horses, and then captured the horses and brought them back to base so that I could keep them safe, and maybe we could use them for something cool in the future. Not sure what yet, but it's always good to have. After that, I decided to go collect some wood in order to make all the chests and hoppers that we would need for the big storage warehouse that we're going to build. But after chopping down the first group of spruce trees, I realized that's going to take quite a while, and then I thought I should probably be using bamboo for this, as in 120 the bamboo can now be made into bamboo wood and also grows a lot faster and is easily farmed. So I did that instead. I started by building a field of bamboo and was harvesting that every time it was fully grown, and then moved on to digging out the hole for the new bamboo farm as well as the sugarcane farm for our industrial zone. After digging out the holes and putting all the rails, the blocks that the plants would grow on, and putting in all the plants, I moved on to digging out the areas that would be needed for the redstone of this farm. The top of the farm consists of a flying machine, and below would be minecarts with hoppers that pick up the items and drop them off into some minecart unloaders. And that's about that for the redstone of this machine. And now let's quickly hop back into the world to get started on these builds. And now it's time to get into the fun stuff. So, I'm going to start by breaking down these old farms, and then we're going to build up the brand new ones. Hope you guys like it when it's done. Spent a lot of time on it, so let's see how it goes. Had a bit of a miscalculation with the resources required for all these farms, and that's why some of them are just shells at the moment, but I do fix that later on, so don't you guys worry about that. The next thing I moved on to was digging out the huge area that we would need for this storage warehouse. So enjoy this time lapse of me doing that. After I finished what I did in this time lapse, I just stuck my head down and grinded out the rest of the chests and hoppers that I needed for this build. I didn't record it though, so it was just behind the scenes, full grind and going for it. And then after that, the final step to get this place functional was to get some villagers over from the village breeder in the village and bring them to the industrial area, put them in each of the farms and let them run. So that's what I did. Now let's get back into the world and let's do a little tour of everything that's been built. Okay guys, I hope that little part of the video didn't bore you too much. I had to try the new format because I wasn't wasn't properly recording the gameplay while I was busy with it. But I'll start on this side and show you guys what I've done. So I've done a little cull of all these animals here because we don't need so many anymore. So I killed a bunch of each of them and I'm going to plan on taking these guys that side at some point, building some animal farms. I've also been collecting a few of these seeds and got 2 more snuffer eggs for later on. And I fixed the problem with this iron farm, as I realized that the zombies that were in there were getting killed by golems that spawned in that area as well. So I had to cover it up properly, make sure there's no place for the iron golems to spawn. And now it's running at full capacity. Then moving on, we can come over this way and show you the bridge that I built for the villagers. I do want to make it a proper substantial bridge in the future with a nice little cliffside pass, but this is what I did for now just to get the villagers across. And the tunnel goes all the way down back towards this guy over here, our villager breeder house, and underneath here is the system that gets them. So this is full of minecarts, and when I click the button it dispenses a minecart which picks up a villager and sends him through to the industrial zone. The next thing we did was build these farms up here. So we got these 2 fly machines collecting our sugarcane and our bamboo with the minecarts that go underneath. And all the stuff is collected into these chests over here. Oh dear, that's a problem. Wonder how that happened. Anyways, moving on. Got a nice full chest here. And this side over here is for the bamboo. See how much we got at the moment. Quite a nice amount. Thankfully I've gotten all I need for the storage, which we'll move on to soon. But yeah, next up we got the factories. I was super excited to get these things built after designing them in my creative world. Because man, do they look good. And now with each of these guys, they've got the villagers in place. And they're farming away. So these are the carrots. Whenever the items get picked up, they go through this hopper line, which is inside of these pipes. And they get transferred down into a system that takes it into the storage. I'll show you that a little later. Yeah, we got the carrots there, we got the potatoes exactly the same. Then with the wheat and the beetroot, we had to do something different. So each layer has a villager and a minecart track underneath that collects all the items. Then those items get sent down these tracks. Let's see if we can see some minecarts coming past. And then at the bottom, they get unloaded into these guys, which take them into this guy, which puts into a water stream that takes it to the storage. Same goes for the beetroot. Then the melons and pumpkins are pretty much the same as this, just with a different farm to collect it. So here we got the pistons and observers, detect them when they grow, pops them off, minecart picks them up, and same thing as the wheat and the beetroot. They get dropped into here, get sent into here, and sent down the water stream. Now over here we've got our pipe system, which takes from each of the farms and takes the items through pipes, which go down into the storage. Now storage is pretty cool. I love how it came out. Let's quickly see if we can see some items flowing through here. So this is the pumpkin farm, I believe, or the melon farm. And there comes some melons. They go down the chute, and then comes into the storage. I really like how this thing turned out. I do want to add some more brightness to the roof though, because it's a bit dark. Yeah, we've got all our chests and stuff up here. We've got the lights in place, some more lighting in the pillars, which looks awesome. And then we've got all the storage for the farms. Now these shelves up here are going to show us what items are in what section of the storage, because each of these walls are divided into 2 farms. So we've got a few chests for one farm, then a few more chests for another farm, and same goes for each wall. Each wall will be divided by in between 2 farms. So here is the carrots one, I believe. Now carrots are going extremely well. And these chests will fill up all the way to the top, then they'll spill over to the next row, to the next row, and the next row. So I think for the carrots, I've got 6 chests here for the carrots. Potatoes, we've got 5 chests, or rows of chests. Then next to that, we've got our wheat. And then here we've got our beetroot, and they're also split half and half. Then we've got our pumpkins and our melons, which are going absolutely bonkers. And the rest of them don't believe have been filled in yet with farms, but we will do that soon. Then this wall over here I love so much, as this is where you can see all the items coming through the system. So the pipes from below will send the items up here and into the hoppers at the top that take it to the right chest. So you see some carrots coming through there, there's a melon, some pumpkins. And this is how it'll look once all the farms are in. These things will be going like crazy. Yeah, I love this feature so much. I think it's really cool. And yeah, I think that's about it for what we've done. I know it's been a long time, but it took a long time to do all of this. And we do have a beacon here, and the first beacon I built was actually down in this hole. So we look down here. See, there's the beacon. Or at least the beacon platform. Yeah, and this beacon helps us dig out the sugarcane and bamboo farm. And then I put the beacon up here to dig out this warehouse area. And with that, guys, I'm going to end the episode over here. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. I know I was very excited to get the stuff up. And now it is. I'm super, super happy. In the next episode, we're going to go around and clean up all the stuff, like these holes in the mountain, the decoration inside of that tunnel, and pathways and stuff around this area, just to make it look nice and proper. We'll also most likely move the iron farm into place. And yeah, if you guys enjoyed, don't forget to like and share. And thank you to all the new subscribers and everybody who's stuck with me. We're almost now at our goal of 250 subscribers, getting very close, which is awesome to see. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Cheerio!